Hi, my name is Mordecai. I'm a Blue Jay from the TV show named Regular Show Program. Not trying to be cliche. I have a friend named Rigby, as well as he's a raccoon. I have a fellow others, but I don't have time to explain them, because I want to tell you about a lost episode experience I had. There is a show called True in the Rainbow Kingdom. The show is about an 8-year-old girl named True and her best friend named Bartleby and the cat, and she would make wishes whenever she needed help. However, I discovered a missing episode that was scary as hell. It was about a day ago when I found it. Me and Rigby were at Def Kwang Do Pizza and Subs eating a death sandwich. Good thing I didn't die. Rigby claimed that I only had to watch the house for a few weeks because Benson was going to pick him up and stay at the hotel for a few days. He also told me that he was going to a Comic-Con. That meant that I had to be home alone for 3 days, and it was until that day I discovered a lost episode of True in the Rainbow Kingdom. On the way home, I found a shop called DVD TV Shows for Kids. I was thinking that I could relive my childhood memories, so I parked there and went inside the store. Inside the store, the TV shows were such as Thomas the Tank Engine, Barney and Friends, Caillou, Dora the Explorer, Teletubbies, Booba, and much more. I noticed one of the TV shows was True in the Rainbow Kingdom. I never seen any DVDs related to the series, and of course, the DVDs related to the series, but one was called Tartic something. I was quite confused, but later I noticed that it was True in the Rainbow Kingdom, but I didn't know what BGAD meant. So I bought the DVD home and went home to shove the DVD into my Xbox. While the warning screens went on, I grabbed my leftover grilled cheese and a glass of milk, and I pressed play and the intro started. However, things were different. True's hair color was green instead of blue, and the sky was red. The title of the episode was called Blood, Gore, and Death. What? This isn't suitable for kids, I said. But I am going to watch it anyway for a good view. The episode started with True taking a bath. Surprisingly, I never saw the bathroom in True's house before. It wasn't until the door knocked. True grabbed her towel and went to see who it was, and True opened the door to find it was Z, the purple-haired dude that looked like Zack from the TV show Shimmer and Shine. He tells True that the Rainbow King had unfortunately passed away last night, and True started to grow tears from her eyes as her mouth turned into a frown. She slammed the door and then sat down on her bed. She put her hands over her eyes, just like in that lost episode of SpongeBob SquarePants. Bartleby the cat was making lunch when he heard True crying. He ran upstairs to see what was wrong. He saw the same thing. True still cried. Bartleby then sat down with True, comforting her. True, what's the matter? The Rainbow King has died last night, and now I'm upset. Bartleby the cat, who was shocked to see what she had said, a time tell card that appeared that said later that same evening. True was outside her house, and he was crazy, and my brain dried out when I saw it. Was so sad. Of course, True had died. The next scene was Griselda. However, something was wrong with her. Griselda's dress was colored in black instead of usual red, and the door knocks and sits Bartleby the cat again. He tells the Griselda that True had taken her own life, and she cried. Griselda then pulls out a bottle of pills and passed out. I whimpered as what I saw. Then the episode ended there, and as if it was just a short series finale. After the credits rolled, it showed the disturbing things I could tell all of them. The first thing I saw was a distorted image of Barney, but his skin was black instead of purple, and his green stomach on him was now colored red. His teeth were bloodshot, and his eyes were red pupils. The next was a picture of an alien's face. Then it came up to Squidward, of course, having a shotgun, when the screen cut to red while a loud gunshot played. Then the last one was a very depressing and made me cry and almost, made me lose it. It was a clip of what seemed to be Rigby, and he was being stabbed. Oh God, it was so sad. I cried a lot. Later on, I called the police and showed them up the video. They were shocked to see what they saw. I asked the cops if they had any idea of what happened to my friend Rigby, but they hadn't, and so the police had told someone at the office to contact CBC and Netflix, who made the episode. Benson and the rest of the gang had found out what happened, but they weren't mad. It was a good thing because I cried about 5 minutes straight as the situation went on. Rigby wasn't dead, which was nice, but I told everything that occurred. A few days later, Benson claimed that I should get it over with, so he went to a church that was not far away from us, and I prayed to God, our Creator. The next day I got a Gmail from Netflix, and what I saw 2 days later, got a reply in the mail and said this. Dear Mordecai, thank you for taking the time to write this letter to us. We are very sorry that you expected to see. Back in February 2019, we received a package with the mail with the True in the Rainbow Kingdom, Blood, Gore, and Death. We watched it and we were shocked, and an employee got rid of it for good. But it is proven that someone said in the story called TV Shows for Kids, and it appears that you have found it. But later on, we found out that one of our employees sucked in and, of course, created the episode overnight. We'd like to give our possible thanks to you for telling us all about it. Best wishes, Mordecai. I would never expect to see such a thing like this in my childhood. I have lost interest in that show, and because of this, I don't think I'll be watching another video again. Seriously, do not watch that episode. For the love of God, please stay away from it. And that, my little pretties, was True and the Rainbow Kingdom, Blood, Gore, and Death. A True and the Rainbow Kingdom lost episode creepypasta written by Ashley Armbruster. My final thoughts on this story. Okay, I remember seeing this story, and this story was just garbage. I'm just being completely and utterly honest. This story was just not good. Like, I'm gonna definitely consider that this story happened to be, not that good. Now, I remember narrating this story, I believe, sometime in 2019 or something. I don't really know. I can't really recall. But I definitely would have to say that this story actually was not that good. Like, I mean, this story just didn't, work out well. Like, I could tell that this one was probably trying to be a troll pasta, but it just didn't work out because it's more of a creepypasta than a troll pasta. Like, maybe it was a mixture of both. I don't really know. Like, I know this is an older story that Ash Armbruster, or Garfield fan, wrote sometime in 2019, and I remember narrating this, and I was kind of mad. I think I was pissed off even, and I raged like crazy. But since I'm not going to do that too much, I'm just going to sit here and say this story was not good. Like, the grammar of this story was good. I'm not going to lie. The grammar was good, although it does need to be fixed up at certain parts. The grammar needs to be fixed up too, along with the sentence structuring, the storyline, and basically, the storyline just was not that great. Like, it's a cliched, story. Now, there is, like, hyperrealistic blood, hyperrealistic gore, everything just went 1 from 100. Oh my goodness. This story just wasn't that good, and that was the only thing that's one of the things I said, was that the story was not good. Like, I don't understand why this story even exists, but it's just not that good. Like, when I saw this story just didn't look really good. I'm sorry, but the story was it just went from a 1 to 100, and this story just didn't work out well. Like, this story was just cliched, did not even work out well. It's just, I'm sorry, but this story was just not good. I'm sorry, but this story was just, not good. Not good at all. Like, I'm not gonna lie. This story was just not that good. Like, I don't know what it is, but for some reason, the story just didn't make a whole lot of sense, and I just really didn't think that the story really was that good. Now, there was, like, cliches in there, and, the fact that, True, unfortunately, the king dies, and then she dies, and then, why does it always have to involve everyone dying? Like, seriously, why? I mean, I don't see the whole purpose of, having, like, a lost episode pasta that's gonna sit there and do that. Now, if this was meant to be a funny pasta or a troll pasta, it failed miserably. Now, I'm only saying this just to provide criticism, but not only that, to help Ashley Armbruster get better at writing. Now, I'm only doing this for him because I want to help him get better with his writing. Now, I know this is an old pasta, so I'm kind of willing to give it a pass, but I'm just pointing out the issues regarding the story. Now, I would suggest the story need to be a rewrite. The story just needs to be rewritten. That's one of the things I'm definitely have to say. The story just needs to be rewritten. That's probably just the best thing I'm providing right here. It's just the story just didn't look good. It was cliche. It just didn't really make a whole lot of sense. So, I was contemplating on if I should, narrate this story or not. And I finally have the time to do it because why not? And I finally decided to narrate this again because, it's been quite a while since I last sat there and touched this story. But yeah, I finally have the time to do so. Now, anyways, I guess with that being the case, that being said, this story, I did not like this story. I'm being 100% completely honest with this. The story just wasn't that great. And it just needs to be, fixed. Like, the story needs to be rewritten. That's the best thing to do. And take out the cliches. That's another main thing, too, is, take out the cliches as well in the story. Because cliches and, a creepypasta just doesn't work anymore. Because so many pastas have done this. This is kind of why I was hesitant to go on Goshia most times. Unless someone, writes a story on me. But why do I keep doing this? Well, because you guys like to sit there and do that. Now, I'm definitely would have to say this story was garbage. Just garbage. I know it's an old story from 2019, but it's garbage. The only thing I would have to say I was glad that they did was the grammar was decent in this one, along with the sentence structuring. And the paragraph structuring was good. But the storyline, the concept was cliched, just didn't really work out well. And it didn't look like it was a funny pasta, but I would suggest, a rewrite would be better. Now, anyways, with that being the case, that being said, this is just simply my own personal opinion, and if you happen to disagree with me, that's fine too. We're all entitled to our own opinions regards to these creepypastas, and this is simply my own personal thoughts. My final rating of the story would have to be, I'm going to give this one a 1 out of 10. I'm only giving this a 1 out of 10 because the story just needs, to be rewritten, but other than that, the story just didn't work out well, and it was just cliched, too, so I was kind of hesitant to narrate this because the story just didn't work out well. I'm sorry, but that's just me, and that's just how I see it, personally, but anyways, that being the case, that being said, what did you guys think about this creepypasta? Did you all enjoy it? Did you all not? Also, what we have done personally to help make this story a lot better? Feel free to leave me know what your thoughts are down in the comments section down below. I'm the Queen of Lions. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, and if you happen to be brand new here on this channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring the notification bell to any uploads, and you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, please roll the outro because I'm out.